I have had eczema for 7 straight years, and severe eczema, and before that I had it as a kid. Where to begin? Obviously, we know eczema doesn't really have a cure. They're not really sure what causes it. They don't know how to get rid of it permanently in your body, or how to tell you to permanently get rid of it in your body. Right now, if you go to a doctor, they're going to prescribe a steroid cream for you, something with a T. It's a very long word, and I can write it for you now. But I want to tell you my tips and tricks and how to keep it calm, how to stop the outbursts from coming and going rapidly, and trying to get it managed, because that's extremely difficult with eczema, because the more you stress about it, the more it gets worse. When I first went to the doctor, I had let it get to the point where it was over my entire body. She asked me where my eczema was. I said over my entire body. She said, okay, here's a gown. I'm going to leave. You're going to put this on. You're going to take off your clothes and put on the gown. And she was like, why didn't you come to me sooner? And it was a dermatologist. She prescribed me a pound. It was literally in a container this big and this tall, and it was a pound of that steroid cream. And she said literally put it on twice, maybe even 3 times a day. And it's a steroid. You don't really want that on your skin, but I needed it. I needed to control the flare-ups. Now I go in stages. This past, so that was 7 years ago it started. This past 2 years I've been on a pretty steady uphill of it. You obviously can't really see, my lighting's not the best, but I have it over my hands, I have it over my arms, I have it on my knees currently, I have it on my eyes occasionally, and I have it on, I call these my chaps. I have them on my chaps, and I think I have it right here right now because it's really, really itchy, and I think it's just a little patch of my hair, which is weird. My partner does have it. His started on a little patch of his skin, and it moves around on his body quite, it's always like small patches for him, and it moves around quite quickly. He blames me, but you can't catch eczema. That's not something you can catch from somebody else. So the steroid cream is not the best solution. It's the best thing to use when you're trying to get it under control. You're not supposed to use it on your eyes, your face at all, or your genitals. They do not recommend it anywhere down there or anywhere up here. I do it on my eyes when it is bad. What I do now, I've read lots of different things. People say use aloe vera, use these lotions, use, you know, this lotion I found it always works. Now every time I go to a place and I'm thinking about buying lotion, I will test it out. Give yourself 5 to 10 minutes to test the lotion on your skin. Just, you know, if they're swearing it to you, just say, look, I've been promised every lotion under the sun works for eczema. I need to put it on my skin. I need to sit with it for 5 to 10 minutes to see if it's going to cause me a flare-up, and then I will decide if I want to buy it or not. Because everyone says, oh yeah, it works for eczema, my son had eczema, my daughter, my cousin, whoever. They'll claim that it works for eczema, and it could work for their bodies, but it doesn't mean it necessarily works for yours. I have extremely sensitive skin. I am allergic to coconut and lavender, of all freaking things. One thing I learned is hydration. Not necessarily of water, but hydration of your skin. You do want to find some lotion that works for your skin, and hydrate it every single day. I need to put lotion on, and if I forget, I really do feel the effects. I'm sorry, I'm really itchy right now. On my fingertip, right there, the tip of my finger is very, very itchy right now, so that's why I keep rubbing it. I found out that scientifically, scratching makes it itch more.
So, if you can imagine, this is a barrier of your skin, and eczema is caused, I do know that it's caused by an allergy that you got on your skin. So this is your skin and allergies on top of it. Let's pretend this crumpled piece of paper is an allergy. So then you have, this is your allergy, this is your skin, you have the fighters trying to come up, I don't know the scientific term, so excuse me. So they're trying to come up and fight against it. But there's something also in there that's making you itch. And the more you scratch at that, the more fighters are going to come to make it itch more. So it thinks, oh crap, you know, it's itching more, let's find more. So try to like get it off. It's not going to get anything off except for your skin. And then when you start to peel your skin open, which I have many times in the middle of the night, because that's when you itch the most, is when you don't know you're itching, you break the skin open. And then bacteria wants to come and settle in. And
what I do is I kind of tickle. And it sounds like, oh my gosh, that sounds even worse. It's not, I promise you. Don't scratch, just a little bit of pressure, just rub back and forth. It's kind of like appeasing it without really itching. That's what I do when I really can't do anything else. Please don't use hot water. Use cold water. It doesn't feel as good, but it's soothing. Hot water flares it up. It's very difficult because every body is different and every person processes things that go onto their body or into their body differently, or even think differently. What I will tell you though is that I did listen to a TED Talk about a lady with autoimmune disease. She was talking about specifically of vitiligo, and just saying it out loud and voicing it and having other people voice it to you, how frustrating it is to have something that there is no cure for it, at least no known cure now. And it is, you know, in your life every day. Personally, I mean, when I go to shake someone's hand, especially during a flare-up, I always cringe inside because I'm like, oh, I really don't want them to think that, you know, I've got all these scratches for a reason. I mean, I do have them for a reason. I don't want them to focus on that. I don't want to be standing there in front of people scratching, and I find myself standing there because you're trying to listen to them, and mindlessly you're just, I'm itchy and I'm scratching, and I'm also like, oh my gosh, I'm just scratching myself like a dog in front of this person. Like, it's frustrating, and on top of that, just the basic thing of feeling your body itch every day and having no end to that is heartbreaking. But I hope that what I'm doing is helping, and I hope that one day they'll find a cure that will finish it off.